Hello there. Welcome again to another inspirational tips. Oh no, I have forgotten again. It's not inspirational tips, it is family vibes. Today I am going to talk about forgiveness. Forgiveness in the family. Forgiveness in relationships. How often do we forgive? And when we forgive, do we actually forgive? Does it come deep from the bottom of our heart? If there is no forgiveness in a relationship, then there is no relationship. Where one person, hold up grudges and will not let it go. Today I'm going to talk about it with reference to my book, The Neighbor at number 18. The Neighbor at number 18. It's a family book. It's the book that you must have a copy of this book. The reason why I am saying that it is interesting and it is family life. Everything about family is in this small book. To be honest, everything about this is in this. And the topic I'm going to talk about today is about forgiveness. So how is forgiveness expressed in this book? I will read something here for you to know what I am talking about. In relationships, people tend to take each other for granted, and as times move on, people are likely to offend each other. And when that happens, it is very important that you forgive. But how will you forgive? You will only be able to forgive when the other person do accept that they were at fault. And do they do that? When you offend your partner, your wife, even your child, you have to acknowledge that what you did was wrong. But not many people do accept it. Not many, because they think I am the head of the family and what I say is it. That's it. I don't need to apologize to anybody. But that isn't right. In fact, if you want a peaceful, a harmonious family, you've got to have that spirit of forgiveness, the spirit of apologizing. Some people will just not accept that they are at fault and will never apologize. But the other side too, you've got to learn how to do what? To forgive. If you forgive, it will bring peace in your family. They say forgiving is divine, and it is true in the sense that it brings peace and happiness and even bring the family closer than before. So in this book that I've been talking about, The Neighbor at number 18, I will tell you a little bit about it. It's a family book. And at a point in time, one of the characters' husband was lured, L-U-R-E-D, into a relationship with the next door neighbor. And what he said in the book here, if you let me read that for you, it says, how could he had resisted a woman who smacked his bum and winked at him at the least chance? The thought of it made him want to grab and kiss her. How could he resist? How could he have resisted a woman who left her bathroom door open when she was showering naked, hot steam covering the whole room? The thought made him want to get in the shower and have sex with her. How could he have resisted a woman who opened her legs wide so that he could see her knickers at the least chance? The thought of it made him shiver with lust. This is just how people can be tempted into committing offense to their partners. Then let me read on. The temptation had built up to the limit. The time was ripe to explore and discover the hidden volcanic lava hidden in her intimate courage. He would stipulate it until it erupts. He would stimulate it until it erupts. He will fill her warmth, juice, and he will shower her with his calm. So that is what this book is talking about. That is the feeling. That was how this gentleman was tempted into a relationship that wasn't planned. But I mean, he got drawn into it, he accepted it, and he was actually committed that adultery and offended his own wife. The Neighbour and number 18, please, by Howard Crickmore, and it's what? Stand By Me. Stand By. The reason why we have this Stand By Me is that the two characters that I have mentioned, the Maria and her husband, they had to stand by each other because there were problems all around them, family problems, external problems. But it makes two to tangle. The two came together and then fought all those things, external pressures that was affecting their marriage. So it is important that you learn to forgive. Did Maria forgive him? Did Maria actually forgive her husband? It is a very, very sensitive situation. And even in marriages, he said, you can divorce when there is adultery. But then, my point here is forgiveness. Forgiveness in marriage. You've got to learn to forgive. Because if you don't forgive, it means you don't want things to carry on. All the things that you have built, all the investments, emotional investment that you have built with one anger, not forgiving, will crash everything down. But what you have built is precious and expensive. You will reap it during your old age. That is where you will reap what you have sown. So you don't just throw it away because of anger. Committing adultery isn't a good thing. No, it is not a good thing. For you to think that your husband or your wife is seeing another person and having sex with another person is just too much for people to bear. But there is nothing that one cannot do. You can forgive. You can. That spirit of forgiveness is there. You have to forgive. Don't think about revenge. You are talking about your family. It is your family you are protecting. My mom once told me that. He said, if you have any problem with your husband, try to settle it between yourselves. Do it between yourselves. Keep your marriage and don't let it break. Whatever the case is, you should be able to keep your marriage. So I think what my mom said was that, and that is in my head. And I have always thought that divorce is always the answer to when people offend, So, but the offender should also accept that they have offended. And when you accept the offended, or you have accepted the offense, you should also try to do what? To apologize. And for some people, when the wife or the husband say, you have offended me, I am not happy the way you treated me, the way you said this, the way you said that, then the other person say, oh, okay, all right, then I apologize. No, that's not right. The man is hurting. The woman is also hurting. If it's a woman, she's also hurting. So if she has opened, or he has opened his mouth to tell you that what you did isn't right and he needs an apology, it should be special. That apology should be romantic. So this coming, what is it? What do they call it? Valentine's Day coming. If you have offended your husband, or your wife and your husband says, or your wife says that you have offended them, let it be romantic. Have a romantic dinner, and make things look posh for both of you. Make it look special for both of you, for him or for her to know that you really, really forgiven her. You've really, really apologizing, and that it will not happen again. So forgiveness is very important in the family. Even your children, don't say that they are children so you don't apologize. No, you have to apologize to them if you offend them, and do it in a special way that they will know that it comes deep from the heart. Love your family. Love each one of member of your family. Please keep your family, and let's have a beautiful nation. Let's have a beautiful planet. If our families is built on trust, if our family is built on happiness, if our family is built on being honest with each other, and then the whole world, if it happens to every family, every family, we have so many families in the world, and if there is that harmony in every family, just imagine what the world will be. So this is all I want to say, and from now on I'll be talking about the book Across the Ocean. The book Across the Ocean, because the book The Neighbor at number 18. The Neighbor at number 18, because this book contains so many topics on marriages. In this place, in this book, Maria actually forgave her husband. She did forgive her husband. So we will read that next time. So thank you. Thanks for listening to me, and I will talk to you again. So if today is your first time of joining me, subscribe and share. Thank you, and I love you all. Bye-bye.